This is VOA News, reporting by remote. I'm David Burr. Brazil has become only the second nation to have more than 600,000 deaths from COVID-19, according to figures released by the country's health ministry. Despite that figure, bars in Sao Paulo are full again for Friday happy hours, and lawmakers in the capital have nearly done away with video sessions via Zoom. Rio de Janeiro's beaches are packed, and calls for strict social distancing seem but a memory. Relief in both COVID-19 cases and deaths have been particularly welcome, given experts' warnings that the Delta variant would produce another wave of destruction in the country with the second most victims. So far, that has not materialized. The United States has the most deaths from COVID-19, more than 712,000, according to Johns Hopkins University figures. An Islamic State suicide bomber struck at a mosque packed with Shiite Muslim worshippers in northern Afghanistan on Friday, killing at least 46 people and wounding dozens of others. In its claim of responsibility, the region's IS affiliate identified the bomber as a Uyghur Muslim, saying the attack targeted both Shiites and the Taliban for their purported willingness to expel Uyghurs to meet demands from China. Eyewitness Husaindad Rezai says he heard the explosion and ran to the mosque.
I was busy in construction work at home. As soon as the praying started, the explosion sound came. As I went to look for my relatives in the mosque, I saw it was full of everyone lying around. The number is not yet clear.
It was the latest in a series of IS bombings and shootings that have targeted Afghanistan's new Taliban rulers, as well as religious institutions and minority Shiites, since U.S. and NATO troops left in August. This is VOA News. Media groups have welcomed the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize for two journalists who have battled to confront misinformation globally. AP's Charles de Ledesma reports.
Human rights activists and many others have enthusiastically welcomed the awarding of this year's prize to journalists Maria Ressa of the Philippines and Dmitry Muratov of Russia, at a time when media groups around the world face new pressures and crackdowns from the authorities. Another new threat is the rise of misinformation, even in established democracies. The Committee to Protect Journalists says Ressa and Muratov are under personal threat and continuously defy censorship and repression to report the news, leading the way for others to do the same. Charles de Ledesma, London.
Two wealthy parents were convicted by a jury in the Operation Varsity Blues college admission cheating scandal, the first of the cases to go to trial. AP's Jennifer King reports.
A jury found Gamal Abdulaziz and John Wilson guilty in a case that exposed a scheme to get undeserving applicants into college by falsely portraying them as star athletes. Prosecutors argued that secretly recorded phone calls between admissions consultant Rick Singer and the parents proved that they were in on the scheme. Nathaniel Mendel is the acting U.S. attorney for the District of Massachusetts.
Even these defendants, powerful and privileged people, are not above the law.
They're among nearly 60 people charged in the investigation dubbed Operation Varsity Blues. 33 parents, including TV actors Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, have already pleaded guilty. I'm Jennifer King.
President Joe Biden is insisting his administration is making real progress despite a disappointing jobs report for September issued Friday. AP's Sagar Magani has details.
Employers added just 194,000 jobs, the second straight tepid gain and the fewest since they cut jobs in December. The job survey was taken in early September when Delta variant cases were rising.
The virus still dominates every single month of economic activity.
Grant Thornton chief economist Diane Swank was among those forecasting a much bigger gain. Still, President Biden is touting real progress, noting a sharp unemployment rate drop to 4.8%.
Maybe it doesn't seem fast enough. I'd like to see it faster, and we're going to make it faster.
Jobless rate fell in part because while more people found jobs, fewer looked for work despite a record high job openings. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
The September jobs report sent stock prices lower on Wall Street, with the Dow Jones Industrials losing 0.03%, the S&P falling by 0.19%, and the Nasdaq dropping 0.51%. Reporting by remote, I'm David Bird.